What's up, everybody? Welcome to 3D Rivals, your first line of defense against stupid movies. My name is DJ, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, my sister Devora.
What's up?
And my brother Derek.
What's up?
And this week, we're going to be talking about Star Trek 2009.
Yes.
Yes. So this is the new rebootish of Star Trek that came out in the movies.
Yeah, it's by J.J. Abrams, I believe.
Yes. By J.J. Abrams. Now, talking to people who are fans of Star Trek, I'm getting the idea that they do not like these movies.
That was my impression when reading things on like reviews on the internet, that if they were a Star Trek, especially if you were a fan of the original, which apparently a lot of younger generations are a fan of the original series. You mean like millennials and stuff? Yeah, which I was surprised because I'm like, I've never seen it. I don't even know how I would watch it.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the movie.
Yeah. Now, me not being a Trekkie, I guess is what they call them. Trekkie. Yes. So, me not being a Trekkie, I watched Next Generation, I watched Voyager and Deep Space Nine. I mean, like, I didn't watch them faithfully. Voyager is probably the one I watched the most.
Voyager's with Janeway?
Yeah, that's Captain Janeway.
Voyager is the one that I watched the most out of all of them. But, I mean, if you think about it, though, Voyager came out while we were, like, starting our teenage years.
Probably a little before then.
It would have been before then.
That was before then.
It might have been.
Yeah.
But I guess what I was trying to say with that, like, Voyager was the Star Trek that was being shown.
It's the one we grew up with.
Yeah. Because I would say Generation was, like, we were real young.
I was surprised the Next Generation was the 80s.
So we were watching reruns.
Yes.
Yeah. I did watch Next Generations, though.
I like
of all of the ones
Generations.
Picard.
I think that one was probably for me the best. Now I never watched. You guys watched it, and I know you guys didn't watch it
With Deep Space Nine.
But just any of them, you've seen them more than I have.
Yeah, I didn't like Deep Space
Voyager
Nine.
was 95.
That was the one with the angry black guy, right?
I guess
Deep Space Nine, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Voyager was 1995.
Oh, 1995.
And it ended in 2002.
Yeah, so I was 5.
So so I'm saying, like, Next Generations, the one that I've seen the most, that was in the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, so those were reruns we were seeing.
Yeah. That was my exposure to Star Trek. I never became like a
fan,
big giant Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
They were cool to watch, There's usually a divide between Star Wars and Star Trek, I guess. I mean, there are people that like both, but, I don't know. If you had to ask me, I think Star Wars is better.
Same.
Honestly.
But, go ahead.
I don't like none of them.
I figured. You don't like anything.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah. But I do prefer Star Wars over Star Trek.
Yeah.
But
you don't like science fiction. I'm going to get that. You tend to not be a big fan.
But are you saying that you prefer Star Wars over Star Trek based off of like these new range of things? Or like if you put all the because apparently like the shows and stuff is all one canon.
Yes. They are.
Which I found very interesting.
Yeah.
Then made me wonder, like, well, now I kind of want to know the story.
In the canon. They're still
but not really. Canon. These 3 movies are not.
Yeah, these 3 movies of the J.J. Abrams series is a reboot.
Yeah.
But not really. I mean, yes. But not really. It's still part of the canon. They did it. They explained. We just watched the movie. They explained the way it fits into the canon.
But it's an alternate timeline, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
that's how they did it. That's how they did it to keep it in canon.
Yeah, because otherwise everyone's like, well, that didn't happen. And Ralph, how many times I've seen stuff mention Ralph Kahn?
Which is not this movie. I mean, they need to.
Well,
that's the one
apparently, that's the one that had a lot of.
With Benjamin
Cumberbatch.
No, the original, not.
Oh, you're talking about the original one
from 1982.
Yeah, people say that's like one of the best ones.
There was a lot of things about like this happened in that movie, and I'm like, I have not seen this movie. I don't know what's happening. So.
Yeah.
And this is like all 70s and 80s too.
Yeah.
So, this is what I will say. So there's a lot of, I feel,
Mhm.
I'm going to say I feel because I don't know, but I feel like a lot of the original or big fans of Star Trek probably don't like this because there's a lot of divergence from the original material in this movie, most likely.
But I mean, 45 minutes into the movie, they let you know about the alternate reality.
But think about it. If
Timeline.
you've had the original Star Trek was 1966, so from 66 to 2009, they managed to have 13 movies or however many all on one timeline. Y'all come in here and then blow stuff up, and especially when you talking about like the original series that a lot of people love. You start switching things up. I can see how you'd be like, nah, that ain't.
I mean, the Marvel people do it too.
Yeah.
But the same thing we say is like you gotta learn to be okay with some of the changes.
But is it? But see, here's the thing. It's kind of hard to say that not knowing the source material.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I feel like, see, that's again because I'm not a giant Star Trek fan. Because I was like, I feel like they explained why it's different. You know, why Kirk is not exactly like Kirk in the old
see,
ones.
what I read, it's not the problem that he was different. It's just you know what I mean. It's like it's not like he's no Captain Kirk. It's just like that would never happen. Kirk would never do something like this.
But see, that's the thing. It's like, okay, the old Kirk would never do something like this. But this one's father died when he was born, which completely changes the person he is.
But would you be okay with that if it was Spider-Man?
There are some stories. I mean, like
Marvel and DC does it all the time.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Don't we call them out on it all the time? When Batman be like, man, Batman don't act like that.
Well, that's because they just be having him like shooting somebody in the head with a gun or something. It's like, okay. But maybe that's how this movie is, you know? Maybe you might have a point. You might have a point. So, okay.
I'm just saying, like, they may have a point. Because I'm like, I personally don't like it. Like, you can be different than the comics or than the cartoons that I watch. But if you do something just so ridiculous, I'm just like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So, for them, maybe that's it. I mean, I will have to go back, and I don't want to because I don't like these things. To see the original, to be like, okay, I get where you guys are coming from.
Yeah, I don't have a desire to watch the original Star Trek.
I don't even know, how would you watch it?
All right, it's probably on like
what, Paramount or something?
Oh yeah, probably Paramount.
It is
CBS
Paramount.
One went down, didn't it? Because they realized nobody wanted to watch CBS.
CBS and Paramount's the same thing.
Yeah, they combined.
Well, they had. Oh, okay, I was like, they had
so
their own.
So CBS Access.
Name.
Yeah, CBS Access is now Paramount Plus.
Yeah, they just changed
Nobody
the name.
has Paramount Plus either.
I'm sure there's 2 people out there who has that.
Like, I mean, come on.
All the people who like Star Trek, which apparently is a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sure that Picard show was good. Maybe
people said that it was the first season.
I will never see it because I'm not going to pay for Paramount Plus.
I have no desire to watch anything Star Trek.
I kind of wanted to watch it too.
So,
but that's because I like.
But this movie, as we mentioned, is alternate reality.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Romulans.
Mm-hmm.
They came through a wormhole and blew up a ship with a less big Chris Hemsworth on it.
Skinny Chris Hemsworth.
No, I can't even call it. It's just less big. He's still big. He's just not as big. So you had less big Chris Hemsworth on there, who was the original Captain Kirk, who he's captain for 12 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they blew up that ship, and that created the whole thing. Basically, the Romulans are. Okay, let's get to the story because I have some complaints about the Romulans.
Okay.
I know there's not much to say about James T. Kirk. Like, okay, he eventually gets convinced to join Starfleet. And he sneaks on the Enterprise.
Uh-huh.
That whole beginning part, I don't know, wasn't that necessary? Especially the scenes when they were kids.
Oh, okay. So I wrote that down. Like I can understand maybe the Spock one because you see, like, because he's supposed to not have any emotion, but because he's half human, he does.
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about that.
So that one, okay, fine, but we did not need a scene with little baby Kirk. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah, the kid Kirk one wasn't necessary.
No, it added nothing.
Because I think he was like, you want to establish his rebelliousness or whatever.
Yeah.
But I was like, you did that in the bar fight scene.
Yeah, so we didn't need like, okay, so he's always been bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that wasn't a necessary scene. I was torn on the Spock one because then again, you did reiterate that when he was talking to the council.
True enough.
So you probably didn't need the one when he was. But no, I think they also showed him actually lose control of his emotions there. So that might keep the Spock child scene. Think about that when he was talking to the council. One thing they were like, "We're surprised that you've made it this far, given your disadvantage. His disadvantage that he's half human." I was like, "What kind of racist mess?" And then they just say it to his face, like, "Because you're half human, you're disadvantaged from the rest of us."
Yeah, I'm like, look, just tell me you don't want me in your special school.
I was like, "Geez."
Well, then they got upset because he didn't accept it.
Yeah.
But then he said, "Well, your record will remain clean because since you had such an issue of my disadvantage."
Yeah, I mean, I would have said no too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you don't just be blatantly racist to me and then just like, okay.
Yeah, like, well, I don't want in. I can do something else. Agreed.
Yeah. So I was like, geez, man. All right, so they get into Starfleet. They go because Vulcan sent out a distress signal, the planet Vulcan, and they were being attacked by the Romulans, the same ones that killed Kirk's father.
Yep.
So now we get to talk about the Romulans. I take issue with their motivation. So the Romulans' motivation is that their planet got destroyed in the future because they accidentally got sent back into the past because of wormhole magic. I guess can happen. We don't know how those things work.
No, we don't. It's all theory.
Yeah. So they're mad because their planet got destroyed by a supernova, right?
Yes.
Okay. No one set the supernova off. Like, nobody meddled with the star to make it blow up. The star just blew up. You know, the things stars do.
Yeah.
They go kaboomy.
It happens occasionally.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
And so the star was going supernova. Original Spock said he was going to help save their planet. They came up with an idea and went to do it. It's just like they were just too late to save the planet. And because they were too late to save the planet, they're mad and wants to destroy Starfleet.
Yeah.
You will feel our pain. And I take issue with it because I'm like, Starfleet didn't do any. The Federation, I guess.
The Federation.
I'm like, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
It's like he's opening us like,
he needed someone to blame, basically.
Like, I get you're angry, but it's like he's like, you guys didn't save us when we needed you the most. I'm like, but they were coming to you.
They were trying, and it's not like they were dragging their feet or
like they immediately had a plan, executed that plan. He was coming to you. It's a star. It blew up sooner than they thought it would, or whatever, right? So it's just you're mad at them, so you're gonna exact revenge on them for something that wasn't their fault. They didn't cause the explosion. They didn't leave you behind when you asked for help. It doesn't make any sense.
It's your typical villain logic.
Yeah.
Where like you'll watch a movie or what have you where the villain is like upset at all cops because their response time to his wife dying was too late. So now he enacts revenge against all cops in this city.
That's the exact logic that they're using. and I can get being mad if it was some kind of negligence, right?
Yeah. That's what he at first before Spock goes through the recap. That's what he makes it seem like. Like they were just like, shoulder shrug, whatever, you're fine.
Yeah,
but that's not what happened.
Right, so like you say with the cops, if it was a cop and they were like, yeah, maybe we'll send a car, and you have to call 911 5 times, and they're like, okay, we're dispatching someone, like, okay, then we could be mad. But that's not even what happened. You asked them, they sent somebody, and they couldn't get there in time.
Right.
It's like it's not their fault. They can't get there in time.
And then it's like you're not just mad at the person. Now you mad at the whole department. So it's like he's mad at all Federation. So it's like not only is he planning to destroy Earth, but all the other Federation planets.
Yeah, just because your planet got blown up by its star.
Yeah, so I'm like, you just
Which
gonna...
one? I think, I'm sorry, probably years before a star blows up, you're gonna get signs that the star is gonna blow up.
Oh, so now you're blaming the victim?
I am gonna blame them. They probably could have known their star was gonna go supernova. I don't know. Like, come on, man. If you are a civilization that is advanced enough to go have space flight, you can travel in interstellar space flight. We're not talking about our little barely getting to the moon.
But they were minors.
They have a ship that can fly between stars. I don't care if you're just a minor. You can fly from one star to the other. If you can accomplish that, I think you can tell if a star's going to blow up.
In this universe, everyone can do that. That's not special.
All right, fine.
Right? But here's my thing. And I put it in nitpicks, but since we're talking about him, I get that he's mad. And he's fueled by his rage or whatever. But since we're back in time, maybe save your planet?
True. Warn them that star's going to go supernova in 30 years.
Yeah, and get so many people off the planet. Yeah. He waited 25 years.
Yeah.
If it took 25 years just to get to that point, he could have saved everyone on that planet.
Yeah, actually, no, because Spock was old.
Yeah.
So this is hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years.
Like 125 years or something like that.
That happened, yeah. But he waited 25 years after because he kills Kirk's daddy, hops through the thingy, and was sitting there for 25 years waiting for it to come back around to him.
So he could have looked for another planet before he even warned Romulan.
Yes.
He could have looked for another planet, found it, got it all nice and set up for them, gone and warned them. Say, hey, the star's gonna blow up. So he dropped the ball. So someone needs to go around and kill all of them because he dropped the ball.
That is a different timeline. So his planet is not his same planet. But I mean, you can still save that planet if that's what's still gonna happen. And then if you still want to kill Spock, by all means.
I guess, even though it wasn't Spock's fault.
It wasn't his. But you know
always
what I mean? Like,
typical villainy.
Like if we're gonna be mad,
you don't kill the person. But you kill everybody else.
Well, he wanted Spock to watch his planet blow up. I kind of get that.
But that's what I'm saying. He could have saved his planet and did that.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
So, yeah, he destroys planets by putting a black hole in the middle.
Which also does time travel.
Well, yeah, because, we know how black holes work.
Yeah, because it opens up a new black hole.
How does it do both?
Well, okay, because I don't know, like time can't escape a black hole either, or no, the gravity's so strong. You know how that stuff works, relativity. So gravity messes with time. I don't know. Okay,
it's all theory, and it makes your head hurt.
Okay, all right, but it does both things: time travel.
They went over in Interstellar, right? And, they
were
there
he also
for a
went
few
back
hours, and then 30 years went past. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he also time traveled through a black hole. So.
Yeah, because he was complaining. Was like, why was y'all gone for so long? And it was like they were only gone for a couple of hours.
Yeah. I feel like they could. No, we're not talking about that movie.
No.
All right, so.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, but his plan to destroy planets is to put a black hole in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, cool, I guess. But they have to drill down to the core and then drop the red matter, which we don't explain how that creates black holes, but it does. Drop that in the middle of the planet, and black hole, boom, sucks the planet inside. Also, I don't know. You should just be creating random black holes everywhere.
No, you shouldn't. No.
Probably not.
It'll be a problem.
Yeah.
Do you really need to put it in the middle of the planet? If you put a black hole in the upper atmosphere, I think it's going to destroy the planet.
You do not, because isn't that how they destroyed the old boy's ship in the beginning?
Yeah.
No, you didn't have to do the drilling to the middle of the planet and all of that.
Yeah.
You could have just opened one up right outside of it.
Did the little red matter thing right outside of space.
Yeah.
You could have been as far away as our moon, probably. Right? Not even close. Shot it and make a black hole. You leave, and then that black hole's going to suck everything inside of it.
Yeah. It was really unnecessary for them to do all those extra steps.
Yeah. A little extra. Yeah, so that was their plan. Of course, you got the people's trying to stop him. So Kirk, he sneaks in aboard the Enterprise. He realizes the Romulans because it's the same lightning storm in space. Which, yes, I agree, makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so he convinces the captain to do something. Pike gets captured, so now they have to save them. And
That's basically it. Sorry. Spock and Kirk goes to save Captain Pike.
Mm-hmm.
Spock destroys his ship with the red matter. Kirk rescues Pike. Everyone's happy. Kirk becomes captain of the Enterprise in the movie. Dude, I racked my brain out an entire movie to find out who Pike was. I'm like, I know I seen him in something.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
It took me forever, but it was something recent I have seen him in, and I couldn't figure it out.
What was it?
It's a doctor show called The Resident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like the angry senior surgery guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, it took me 2 hours to figure that out.
Been in stuff.
Yeah, I know, but he was the one I couldn't figure out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there were a lot of people. I forget his name. Spock, obviously.
The guy from
Zachary
Heroes.
Quinto.
Yeah, Zachary Quinto. Thank
From
you.
Heroes.
Mhm.
Zoe Saldana.
Mhm.
Does a lot of sci-fi movies, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Well,
Besides this and Guardians of the Galaxy?
and Avatar.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
He
He was also the husband on Double Jeopardy.
Oh, I don't remember
That
that.
pretend to be
He'd
dead.
have been youngish.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you know what else you seen him in? He was one of the FBI agents in Deja Vu
Wow. Okay.
with Denzel Washington.
Okay. No, but it was from The Resident I was trying to figure out.
I mean, yeah,
what
that's
said.
the most recent thing.
I was
he's
like,
been
wait a
on.
minute. I know this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have I forget his name too. Oh my goodness.
John
the
Choi?
doctor. Well, yeah, you have
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban, yes.
Yeah.
You know,
Now
from New
he's been
Zealand?
in a lot of stuff.
He's from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Makes sense.
I know.
Oh,
Right?
He does a lot of different accents.
he does.
Yeah, he be in a lot of stuff. Yeah, so yeah, no, there was a lot of good cast. I think there's kind of a disconnect for me not knowing the original series.
Yeah, because I know all these
say-
characters are like people from
Yeah.
the show, and I
To be
don't-
like, oh yeah, he really was a Dr. McCoy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there's nothing for me to connect these characters
All
to.
I know is
See-
Spock and Scotty.
Because
And I don't even know what Scotty looks like. All I know is the thing, beam me up, Scotty. Like I hear that all the time, but I couldn't tell you what Scotty looks like.
See, because of me being slightly older than y'all, Mom watched a lot of the original Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, as we got older, Generation came out. And so it was a lot of Generation being watched because that was the replacement. So it was like, you guys seen a lot of the Generation, but it's like, I seen a lot of the Star Trek. So watching this movie, I knew who all the people were. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Because I thought it was very interesting when the doctor was like, in the beginning, when he was like, she took everything and all I got left is bones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, really? That's why he called him Bones?
Oh.
Because he either calls him Bones
Mm-hmm.
or Dr. McCoy. He never calls him by his full name.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is, one thing I haven't heard a complaint about, read on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
was whether no one seems to complain about them getting the characters wrong.
Okay.
Correct. I didn't
haven't-
see
I haven't
anything
seen
like
any
that
complaints
either.
about that. So I think while original Star Trek fans may not like the movie itself,
The casting. was
I
good.
think the casting was correct.
Okay.
But I can't say because I know nothing about none of these characters.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
either.
I will say from the little bit that I have seen, I have watched a few episodes of the original
Mm-hmm.
of being home bored and it just so happened to be on. And yes, the characters hold true. Now, I don't understand the stories, so I can't comment on that, but the characters and how they acted, I would agree. I feel like they did very good casting choice.
I'm gonna assume that is true.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. I thought all the characters were good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't have much else to say about this movie. I think the story is a bit weak. Not that it's a bad story. It's just I don't know. I don't think they spend a lot of time making an interesting one.
True.
Yeah.
But then, is the Romulan an interesting villain? And I know why they didn't go with like Khan or.
Well, because
They
went to them later.
Star Trek villains.
The Borg.
But that was.
Have they done? They haven't.
The
done
Borg. The Borg
newest.
doesn't come into existence into generations.
Next generation.
Borg wasn't a villain.
Generations has a movie.
No, not in this new series.
This new series doesn't count.
Yeah, it's an alternate timeline.
They're gonna eventually do.
Are they even continuing that? Because ever since the last one, I think this is it. Like, there's no more Star Trek.
It 4?
There was 3.
3.
Yeah, there's no more.
And they
Star
said
Trek.
it was possible for 4, but it wasn't a guarantee.
I think because no one liked the third one.
Oh.
The third one was more.
I don't remember the third one. I've seen them all.
I've
So
seen them all
Idris
too.
Elba was the second one, or he was the third one.
He was the third one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
And Benedict Cumberbatch was the second one.
Yeah, and he was Khan.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Random movie facts.
So only a few. There was a lot of facts, talking about like its connections to other movies and series and stuff. But me having no understanding whatsoever of what they were talking about, I don't know if it's interesting or not because
Okay.
I don't know these shows or these movies.
Okay.
But
I have a slim knowledge, so.
So this was Chris Hemsworth's film debut.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
This is an alternate timeline than the Star Trek films. This is the only thing that's not continuing on.
Yeah, you know what? They were like really okay with someone being from the future. First, Spock is like, obviously they're from the future because this technology is well past, anything we have. And I'm like, okay. And then everybody's like, all right, yeah, from the future. You go to Scotty and he's just like.
Well, it's because the type of alien race that Spock is, like, everything is logical to them.
But that's fine. That's okay. He's okay with it. But why was everyone else like shoulder shrug? Oh, you're from the future? Okay.
Because they put their trust in Spock and they believed him. So if he says that it's okay,
yeah,
it's gonna. I don't know. I don't know
and
what
I'm
was
saying,
up with
like,
Scotty.
no, everyone was okay with this. I wrote that down. Like, everyone's just okay with people being from the future.
Yeah.
Just no one is questioning this enough. It was obvious to me that I was like, I don't know about that one. Okay. So my last movie fact is the engine room on the Enterprise was a Budweiser plant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
I mean, it did look like a plant,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a Budweiser plant.
That's actually pretty cool.
Mm.
So now we know what that looks like. All right, I have some nitpicks that we didn't talk about yet.
Okay.
In the beginning, his father, George Kirk, is like, oh, autopilot is out. I can't come with you guys. Then he immediately sets the autopilot because he set it to on a collision course to hit the Romulan ship. I'm like, I thought it was broken.
Oh, we're going to find out he escaped pod to some other planet.
Probably. Just something absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So, we talked about how Kurt is the one who noticed the similarities between what was happening and then what happened to his father.
Yeah.
No one else could pick up on that. I feel like that would be something that was talked about for the last 25 years.
Kirk said he learned it from the Pike's dissertation or something like that.
So
Pike should have known.
I was wondering, I'm like, why didn't Pike pick up on it?
Pike and Spock should have picked up on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, really? None of y'all picked up on it? Like, this is weird.
Yeah.
So since Pike was alive and kicking it with Starfleet back then, too.
Yes, because he knew his father.
Just ridiculous. Like,
yeah, he should have picked up on it.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So they do like some special space diving thing.
Yes.
Which I was like, I don't know how that works, but whatever.
What? Jumping not impossible. But they dived into the planet?
But they were still out in space.
I'm going to put space close, like, quote unquote. They were close enough to the planet. People have been that high on Earth.
On Earth?
Yeah.
Okay. You think they were close enough to just jump into the thing? Okay, that's not my nitpick. I just...
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's not my nitpick.
Okay, yeah.
I just felt like they were outer space when they was like, we're just going to dive into this planet. But whatever. My nitpick is, why can't we destroy this drill from the ship?
It's true. You can just shoot at it.
You can just shoot at it. Isn't that what Spock did?
That is what Spock did.
Yeah.
Why do we need to do this?
Because the Romulans were there. They were going to blow up the Enterprise. So, like...
The Enterprise don't got little baby ships that could shoot this thing down.
No, the
or
little
lasers
shuttles don't have...
Or something.
Yeah, the shuttles don't have weapons.
No.
They're like lifeboats.
This drill could have been destroyed from the
So,
ship.
no, I understand why. Because, like, the Enterprise couldn't shoot at it because then the response from the Romulans. So they had to do it incognito. And no, there are no little ships with guns on it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because they're like lifeboats, basically.
Yeah.
The Enterprise, the lifeboats, I don't know. No. The Enterprise is this state-of-the-art #1 super duper ship.
Yes, and those little shuttles.
And the little shuttles
are like lifeboats.
Who says the little shuttles don't have weapons?
They don't.
They don't.
I never remember any shuttles.
Y'all just say y'all don't watch the show. So
I don't. I'm with DJ on that. I don't ever remember the shuttles having weapons on there.
I'm gonna say you can destroy this drill from the ship, and you guys are not.
I don't think
otherwise.
that was the best.
Yeah, I think they was trying to avoid conflict at that time, so they can save.
They were trying to avoid the Enterprise getting blown out of the space.
Nope, not buying it. Okay. So, anyways, they do the stupid space jump, and then Olsen, the pointless character that he is.
Oh my god, that was so dumb.
I'm just like, why is he being so dumb right now?
He's like, I'm gonna wait. Everybody's like, pull your chute.
Yeah, he's like, about the face plant. Okay, I'll pull my chute now. Like, what was that?
I don't know.
That just it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what was the point of that. Just to say, like, oh, he's the one with the charges, and then they's like, oh, we'll just shoot it.
Yeah. So
pointless.
It I guess it was supposed to create a problem, but since the solution to the problem was so easy, it means it's kind of pointless.
It's kind of pointless. Yeah. Like he didn't slow them down not one bit by not being there. Yeah. All right, so Kirk gets back to the ship, decides he needs to be the captain now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna pick a fight with Spock. No one stops that fight between Kirk and Spock. Like they're all just standing there, like, huh. Then when soon as Spike is choking this man, no one does anything.
Yeah, no one's trying to stop him.
No,
it's obvious. First of all, the first punch he threw, it was obvious at that point, okay, he's emotionally compromised. Why did they let him continue to... He didn't have to resign his situation. They should have stopped him saying, hey, you're emotionally compromised, obviously, since you're beating up this man.
Yeah.
And you have to resign at this point. They could have done that, but no, let's just watch him beat him up.
Yeah.
And stare blankly. Like, who are like, what are you staring at? Stop him.
Jump in, say stop, something. It just took his father to be like, Spock. I was like, none of y'all could do that. Y'all just, absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So then the Romulan attacks Earth, because that's where the Starfleet Federation headquarters are. Earth ain't got no defense systems.
Yeah, it should have been every ship possible.
I just feel like
attacking this ship.
This is where the headquarters is.
Yeah,
like Earth will have some sort of, hey, what's that thing coming at us?
Right.
Let's shoot it out of the sky kind of thing.
I feel like they try to explain this off with him capturing Pike and asking how to get through like the defense system or whatever, which they never showed, by the way.
Never did.
So I'm like, did he do that? Did he get the information? Was he like,
I guess because it didn't seem to be any different than what he did to Vulcan.
But yeah, but even so, also Vulcan. Why don't you have defense? See, this is my same argument. You were talking about me, but I'm like, if you can go between stars, I think you would
Every planet should have a defense system.
Yeah.
This is a new means of traveling now.
So even if he can sneak in, let's say he snuck in because he got the codes or whatever from Pike.
Mm-hmm.
Once he's there, obviously a threat. You ain't got no people up there like.
Yeah.
There's no giant gun in Texas that we can fire from Earth.
Agreed.
I think that's what happens in the future. Like if we
Texas just become a big gun.
Yeah, like if humans were able to band together and create a spacefaring civilization, then we just make Texas a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, like
yeah, I just like they made Earth seem like so helpless or whatever, and I'm like, but they have the space army there.
We ain't got a laser. One of our satellites can't do it.
Yeah, just
the moon's not a weapon. I don't know. There's something.
There's a weapon on the moon.
Well, my thing is like when they got the distress signal, right, and they went up into outer space, it was all of those starships up there. So you mean to tell me there were none left? Y'all sent all that y'all had for this distress signal to Vulcan?
The thing is, are the starships aren't even the weapons, right? Starships are supposed to be for exploration, right?
Right.
So,
but isn't that what Enterprise is doing?
Yes.
So
what do you need the starships for?
That's what I'm saying. So you mean to tell me there's no other kind of, like, you definitely have a warship.
You have to have a warship.
Like, come on. Especially since the Klingons are, like,
are we
enemies?
Asking dumb questions right now?
We might be.
We probably are. All the Star Trek fans are yelling at us.
Okay.
But anyhow, no, you can't yell at us because it wasn't in this movie.
Their defense will probably be like, and this is why we don't like the movie.
Come on. That ship got shot down by the moon gun that we have on there. Like,
yeah, agreed. There's just no way that this happens. Okay, so Vulcan gets destroyed. They managed to save some of the people. Like, I think he said they saved like 10,000 people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, we're near extinction now. Like, I get there's significantly less of you guys.
That is near extinction.
10,000 is a lot. But we're talking about people, though. Y'all be okay.
I mean, yeah.
Y'all gonna be all right.
It will take a long time.
I mean, that's like almost 100% of their population.
Yes, but y'all not gonna die off, though.
No, they will repopulate.
It depends on the age.
I mean, everyone...
Did you save 10,000 old people?
They only say the people over 40. They only say the people over 40.
Because then
that's an issue.
Problem.
That is true. I was just like, look.
Then you're gonna have to take some DNA from people, and
I was just like, I know the number is low, but I just feel like y'all can bounce back from that.
True.
You can bounce back from that.
Yeah, but they will be considered an endangered species, though.
So that would mean
like 100
Spock
years.
would have to, like, Uhura, I gotta continue my,
I mean,
my people's on.
It is
so I've got to go with a Vulcan.
It is his job now.
Like
he's already mixed.
Yeah.
He can't be extra mixed.
Yeah, because then their kid's just not going to be Vulcan. Like, I mean, like there'll be 1/4 Vulcan.
Yeah, no, but like he got to save his people.
Yeah.
So he'd be like, I get to have a Vulcan side lady.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
For the good
of
his
people,
species.
For the good
obviously.
Of the people. Yeah.
What did they have in the ancient days? The handmaids.
The handmaids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you have a little concubine. That's cool.
Concubines and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, 10,000 is definitely better than nothing for restarting the civilization. I mean, they should still be sad though.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be sad.
The whole planet is gone.
I didn't say they shouldn't be sad. I'm just saying you guys will be okay.
I mean, that's like 99.9% of the population.
But I mean, unless they're all 60 years old, which would be unfortunate.
We should hope there were some children in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
children,
the thing.
You need women in their prime.
Well, I mean, you also need children.
No, I mean, enough prime women would be enough.
Yeah.
I mean, children would be nice too because they're already there. Because you don't want a big gap in your age groups. So, hopefully they had a nice gradient.
Yeah, maybe. Well, you went back to say the people in the temple.
Actually, more younger people is better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe his father was the only old person that he saved, and everyone else is.
Well, Spock's the only person that saved them. I don't know.
I don't know. We should have asked for a census to determine who got saved.
Who of this 10,000?
Okay. All right. So my last nitpick. There is no way Kirk gets made captain of this ship.
Yeah, immediately. I mean, like, I get he gets praised. Maybe he doesn't get the discipline because, like, you know, he broke some rules, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe because he saved the day, you get away with not having the discipline.
Yeah, you get the medal or whatever. But he even finished cadet school.
Yeah.
You do not get the Enterprise, which is their number one ship, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He don't become captain of the Enterprise. Just no way.
He gets to work on the Enterprise.
Okay, then he can be the first officer.
I was going to say, maybe he gets made first officer. Spock keeps that position as captain, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, honestly, they would just find another old person to replace Pike.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, like, no way. See, which they didn't even need to do this in this movie. Because the next movie could be 5 years later, now he's the captain.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he worked his way up. We just gave this guy with no experience. The only thing he ever done was break all of the rules. And then you made him captain of your most prized ship. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, then I have a dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
In all of them shows and stuff, are they always on the Enterprise?
No.
No. Okay.
Is Next Generation Enterprise too? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay. But Voyager's not. Voyager is Voyager.
Yeah, that's why it's called Voyager.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They're
the ship
the
is
USS Voyager.
Oh, so I did not know
And Deep Space Nine is a space station.
Yes.
So they're not all on the Enterprise.
No. So
Star Trek Enterprise is on the Enterprise.
But I don't think people like that show, did they?
They didn't.
They didn't.
That was
And that's supposed to take
right?
supposed to take place before the original Star Trek.
Was it? I thought it was after.
No, when you look, what I was gonna bring out was the timeline.
Oh, okay. All right. What's the timeline?
Timeline over the last 70 years? Go for it.
Well,
Let's go.
Enterprise and Discovery are supposed to take place before everything else.
Okay.
Now, Picard, of course, is the very end of it. Then you have the original Star Trek Generation, Voyager. Now, how they connected Star Trek and Star Trek Generation is through the movies. So one of the last original Star Trek movie has characters from Generation in it. And then Generation, one of their movies, had a few characters from Star Trek in it. So it was showing the connectivity of both.
I do know this. There is a character who is a fourth dimensional being that is in like all the shows.
Yes. I think he is called Q.
Yeah.
Q?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's Voyager and Deep Space Nine. Now, Deep Space Nine is supposed to take place in the same exact time of Generation and Voyager.
Okay.
And then I don't know what came out after that, but I think like a couple of things came after that, but that's the continuation of the timeline. But that's how the timeline will go. So people do not like Enterprise and Discovery because,
I thought people liked Discovery.
I have no idea. I can't even answer that.
Because it takes place before Kirk.
I don't think that's why they don't like it.
Well, I know that's why they don't like Enterprise.
Maybe it just wasn't good. I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like I
get
just wasn't good.
Yes.
It didn't look good from the commercials.
I don't even think like they got good actors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have thought people liked Discovery. I'm like really Googling if people liked Star Trek.
But I do like that aspect of Star Trek that's different from Star Wars. Is that from the existence of Star Trek, they continued the story on and then do this took place this and this has to be supplanted here. It's like they kept this on.
If you go by movies and live action stuff,
the movie is you're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, didn't Star Wars do that? I mean, like they're all in the same.
It's all
canon.
the same canon.
Yeah, but it's like we started. Yeah, but it's like we started in the middle. Then we went to the beginning.
Oh, are you talking about
and then we went to the end.
I don't think that matters.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's whether or not it's one continuous story, and I think Star Wars has done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what's kind of impressive about Star Trek is how long it has gone on.
Yeah.
And even though I know
it's much more material.
Yeah, even though I think they say the movies are like half of them are good, half of them aren't.
Yes.
The ability just to put out a consistently good and well-liked product is pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was just like, even with Picard, like they said, like 7 of 9 was in Picard because it was like, it's the continuing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, she was from Voyager, right?
She was Voyager, yeah.
Okay. So Discovery got an 85% of Rotten Tomatoes.
All right.
See, I told you, I thought people
okay, so I was wrong with that then.
Yeah, I think it's Enterprise.
It's just Enterprise then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. They had Voyager and Picard because, 7 of 9 in Picard because 7 and 9 in Picard are the only people who survived the Borg.
Was there like an attack at the end or something?
I'm like, that meant absolutely nothing to me.
Okay. All right. One of the Star Trek Generation movie, Picard gets captured and he gets turned into the Borg. They save him, but it's just like they saved him, he becomes back human. But it's like he still have remnants of the Borg in him. 7 of 9 in Voyager, she was taken as a little girl and became part of the Borg. They saved her, but it's like she still has a connection to the Borg because it's one incident.
7 of 9.
Yeah, because that's all she knows. So her and Captain Picard are the only humans to have survived being assimilated into the Borg.
Man,
y'all know I don't know
the
the Borg
You think they would have given her a name? Like
by now.
Okay, you were 7 of 9 in the Borg, but
how's that any different than 11 on Stranger Things?
Well, they should have given her a name too.
Okay.
We keep calling you 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at least 11 can be more of a name than 7 of 9.
Yeah.
But anyhow, yeah. So, any other nitpicks?
No, that was it.
No. All right, let's get to rating the movie. I will rate it a watch while folding clothes. I don't know. It's like if it was on TV, I'd watch it. I don't mind it. Being not a huge Star Trek fan, I'm not upset by anything in the movie. But like I mentioned before, I think the story's lacking a little bit. I can't call it interesting. So.
I thought this movie was boring. No surprise there. It wasn't horrendous to watch. I just found it really uninteresting. So it will be a watch while folding clothes for me.
Okay.
I will also give it a watch while folding clothes, just because of like, I'm not really big on Star Wars. Star Trek. Don't. Sorry, Lost fans. Sorry. So it's just some elements of it is just like I don't completely understand, just because it's like I have only seen Star Trek shows, like episodes in parts. Like I will see an episode here, but never like watched it all the way through in order.
The movie is supposed to be able to relate to the casual fan. And I want to say in one way it does, like, you don't have to know who everyone is to enjoy the movie. I think my issue is that it's like, I know these people are people but I don't know who they are. So then that's kind of annoying because it's just like, I'm sure this is a thing that they're talking about, but I don't know what that thing is.
Okay. I knew Leonard Nimoy character as Spock, right?
Yeah.
So that reveal is like, okay. I mean, I've seen this movie before, but still, it's like, yeah, okay, original Spock. But somebody that pan up to him probably didn't mean anything.
Here's the thing. So I hate to admit this. The entire time, I thought his father, the guy who played his father, was the original Spock. Until they showed him, I was like, oh no, that's the original Spock. But it's like looking at the entire time, I was like, oh, that's cool. They got him to play his father. Wasn't him. So
yeah, see, I knew that already.
Yeah, so I mean, no, that's bad. And I'm pretty sure I'm like, you don't know what Lee. I'm sorry, I didn't know what he looked like.
No. Sulu, was he the original Sulu? Was he the father on Heroes?
He is in Heroes. I don't know if he's the father.
I don't think he's the father, but he is on Heroes.
He is on Heroes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look that up because I knew their father was someone in Star Trek. I thought.
Maybe you are correct. What is his real name? What is the guy's real name? You're telling me his fake name. Give me his real name.
What's his name?
George Tataki.
Yeah, George. Okay.
So was that the guy who played the father on
Well, now I've got to look it up.
Oh my gosh. Do you remember what his name was on Heroes?
No, but if I look at him, not Tataki. What's wrong with you?
Oh well, how you
it's showing
pronounce his last name?
It's showing you mushrooms now.
I said Tataki.
Yes, he was the father on.
Okay,
Heroes.
well, how you pronounce his last name?
I'm pretty sure it's Takei.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Karu Sulu.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right, that's our thoughts on Star Trek 2099. Oh. Star Trek 2099.
Now we taking it to another alternate
the movie
timeline.
is just Star Trek. I think it's probably the only movie just called Star Trek.
No, I think we need to put the 2009 on it. Well, whatever.
No,
the J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
I think we could just say Star Trek. I think people would know.
Fine. That's our review of Star Trek.
Yes.
Why did you hate it as a Star Trek fan? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure you leave a rating and review wherever you listen to your podcast. And, of course, we'll catch you in the next show.